Lately, a nigga been fighting a whole lot of demons. A lot of shit we do gon' have consequences, but we gotta be ready for them. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here for this plastic, God take breath from me. I'm sipping his hand and eat this pain, but it ain't helping. My little nigga going against the grain and that shit stressing me. I pray to God, let God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang. He paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money. My hunger for paper is saved my life. And that shit can save tonight. If you wanna lick shit, we can get rich quick. We can get paid tonight. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money. Everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gonna go after? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by higher nigga. You killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, God, real talk. Hey. Fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. It's me against these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons, I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas don't go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me and they choked. Gave me the ball and nigga they choked. Tables turn, that nigga you broke. My little nigga don't follow no code. Follow no code. My nigga follow me like the pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I sing it dead, homie, yelling company. BMG gang, it bitch feel incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Lethally militant, I can get ignorant. We not considerate, niggas do silly shit. We get the drilling shit, guilty and innocent. Don't give a fuck about a bystander. I can pull up in the high left. Don't take no slam. Don't take no slam. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gon' go up? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by higher. You killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, God, real talk. Hey. Fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fighting mine. It's me against these demons.
Stop trying to lick my hand. Your breath stinks.
Living life encased in the idea that my evil thoughts go unpunished. As I sort through the rubbish, my days of thugging get slow and ruggish. Idolizing puppets who control the public like a controlled substance. Bullets in abundance, anticipating what I know is coming. All of a sudden, my past is blurry, my future is sudden. Dark and muddy, hoping for sunny, I'm still running. To find peace.
And that's what we all really looking for. A little bit of peace. I'll take mine with a piece of knowledge. I'll take a piece of knowledge. Yes, I'll take that. Since today is Saturday, the Sabbath, I figured we should talk about Saturday and what it really represents. See, the days of the week are actually in representation of pagan gods. And they put them like this. You notice how Sunday is a representation of the sun god, right? Monday is a representation of the moon god. Wednesday is a representation of the wind god. Thursday is a representation of Thor, right? And Saturday is a representation of Saturn or satanic And this goes back to Aleister Crowley. This goes back to the Anunnakis. This goes back to Sumerian texts. A lot of this stuff goes back further than what we want to admit. And even though they might have cleaned it up and make it look like it's a good religion, it's not. Even though they make it seem like they're representing something good, they are not. So let's take a deeper dive into Saturn. Now, once again, you have to go back to Latin words such as Saturn, Satan, Satanic, Saturnalia. All of these things is a representation of the sort. And even if we go into, let's say, the 25th of December, the 25th of December, someone was born, and so many days after he was born, he was circumcised. So they celebrated his birth on the 25th. If you count 8 days after that, you will get to the 1st of January. That's not the beginning of the year. This is what they depicted this stuff to be. And this goes back to pagan worshiping, right? This goes back to the pagan gods. The pagan gods always did the same thing. They did the same thing. They pretend like they accept this new religion that comes in. You go back to the Mayans, you go back to the Aztecs, you go back to the Incans. These actually, they converted their knowledge over through the Catholic Church or some other form of these churches. They converted their knowledge over. Now we got to go back to 325, right? 325 is the Council of Nicaea. The Council of Nicaea decided what 66 books was going to be placed in the Bible. They left a lot of stuff out. The Dead Sea Scrolls, all types of stuff. Who was in charge of the Council of Nicaea? Who was in charge of the Council of Nicaea at the time? Constantine. Constantine, who was a pagan worshiper. He was a pagan leader. So how can you put a pagan leader in charge of something that they were going against? They were fighting against the Christians at that time, or the Essenes, or the group known as the Essenes, right? They were fighting against them at that time. So there's no way that the person that you fighting against says, okay, we're just going to let you bring your knowledge in and da 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 without altering it to fit their benefit, to change it. So if he was the pagan leader at the time, obviously he was going to manipulate. And that's exactly what he did. He changed times, he changed dates, right? He changed this stuff up for this level of manipulating. And we're stuck in this manipulating right now. And if you don't believe me, look at the wordplay. You don't have to believe me. The truth is in all of the words. How long have I been muted for? I had to be muted for a minute. So we're going to get into this. We're going to talk about Saturn, the Sabbath day, Satan, Saturnalia. We have to go back to the Council of Nicaea and, the trick that he played on, the people who followed Christ. There was a whole game that was being played back then, right? There was a whole game that was being played back then. This was manipulation at its finest. You got Constantine, who was a, pagan leader at the time, who was in charge of the Council of Nicaea, who was determined to bring in new knowledge. If you go look up the Incans, the Mayans, the Aztecs, all of them thought that they was converting their knowledge over, right? All of them thought that they were converting their knowledge over. They thought that they were, going to put this knowledge in there, right? Now, since today is Saturday, I figured we talk about Saturn and we talk about Satan and we talking about what is actually Saturnalia, where does it come from? These are our pagan gods. See, if we are in America and America is Mystery Babylon, then we have to go back to the Canaanites. And then we have to understand the ways of the Canaanites, right? And all of the things that they might have put in place, right? And this is why there's a lot of anal things going on right now, because through your anal, there is a gateway to your soul, supposedly, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. And through this form, they are entering or opening up portals for demonic entities to take over your vessel, allegedly, supposedly, right? If you go back to what Idra English said that Puff Daddy infuses his spirit or soul into you. She also said that your anus is a gateway to your soul, right? So all of these things, it plays a factor. Now we scratch surface level, so we say we don't understand all of this, but you're going to get a grander understanding today. You're going to understand some stuff today. I promise you. The truth is in the word, but you got to look at the manipulation in the word, right? Sodom and Gomorrah, sodomite, to be sodomized, right? And then you get into what is Saturn and Saturday. All the days of our week represents gods. Wednesday, wind god. Monday, moon god. Sunday, sun god. Thursday, Thor, right? Saturday, Saturn. All of the days represents gods. And a lot of people know that we still live in a multi-god verse. A lot of people know that. This is why you hear Jaguar Wright say, oh, today's Sunday. It's not the day of my God, but because she represents Saturn. This is why she goes with that whole anal thing. This is why she wants to, break people in this format of putting it in their rectum, right? These are all like this goes back to pagan worshiping. Look up Saturnalia. Saturnalia is a celebration of the 25th of December where everybody gets to run around and do outrageous things, right? The Christmas tree itself is a representation of a person, but on their Christmas tree, they put testicles on the tree. They put semen on the tree as tassels, right? This used to be a celebration where for like 12 days they got to run around and fornicate with the village. This used to be a whole celebration. They later changed it to Christmas, and now we are confused on what we actually celebrating. To be honest, we gave up on children a long time ago. Don't ask me when. This is way back in before medieval times, maybe. Now, I want to get back to the kids the knowledge that they're supposed to have to bring forth a better future. See, they don't care about the youth. This is why they want to dumb down society. This is why no kid left behind. This is why half of the young don't have an educated mind. Half of them can't even read. You look at the people that they're putting in idle positions, these people are uneducated. Look at who they're giving a chance right now. Some of these people can't even read. Some of these people have no education at all. And that's why they're making it, because they want you to think that the dumber you are, the more successful you can be in this world. We have to be willing to change that. But a lot of people are not willing. So you'll have different variations of people like me that's coming back with old knowledge to open up the minds of the multitude. But let's get into it.
Sodomy is generally anal or oral sex between people or sexual activity between a person and a non-human animal, bestiality, but may also include any non-procreative sexual activity. Originally, the term sodomy, which is derived from the story of Sodom and Gomorrah in chapters 18 and 19 of the Book of Genesis in the Bible, was commonly restricted to anal sex. In modern German, the word sodomy has no connotation of anal or oral sex and specifically refers to bestiality. See paragraph 175 STGB, version of June 28, 1935. The same goes for the Polish sodomia. The Norwegian word sodomy carries both senses.
Now we have to go back to Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The Sodomites, right? Now we got to go back to Sodom and Gomorrah. What took place in Sodom and Gomorrah? Y'all don't remember the story? Let me refresh y'all memory. Lot went to Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot was in Sodom and Gomorrah. They was doing all types of things, fornicating with anything. Hence the word sodomite, to be sodomized. It's right there in the word, right? Sodomy, sodomite, Sodom and Gomorrah, right? It's right there in the word, right? So it's telling you that it is referring to sexual acts, bestiality, or anal sex, right? So let's look at the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's break this down more, okay? The angels went to Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot allowed the angels in. At this time, his neighbors seen that the angels came, and they came a knocking. They said, hey, man, we seen some people just come to your house. Hey, let them out. We want to sodomize them, right? Lot said, no, you can have my daughters before I let you have them, right? In which case the lords or the angels were so impressed by Lot that they told Lot he must leave. Lot wanted to take his 2 daughters and his wife, right? This is when the Lord or angel said, run and do not look back. The wife looked back, she got turned into a pillar of salt. Everybody remembers this, right? Okay. Now, let's look and see what happened after Lot left Sodom and Gomorrah. What happened after Lot left Sodom and Gomorrah? His daughters plotted against him and said, our people is no longer. We have to carry the blood of our people. What did they do? They put their father in a drunken stir and they fornicated with him, thus far creating the Amemites and Ammonites or whatever. So they procreated with their father in order to keep the bloodline of Sodom and Gomorrah going. So therefore, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah was not destroyed, right? Because the daughters made sure that the people of Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't destroyed when they fornicated with their father in order to bring life into this. Wait. Wasn't Jaguar talking about incest and her cousin being her husband and his dad? Wait. Didn't Jaguar say her father Whoa, 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 whoa. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. We getting somewhere. We getting somewhere. So if they still follow these old laws from Sodom and Gomorrah, then it would be evident today who is following those particular type of laws. Right. Allison Crawley, Baphomet tattoo, celebrator of the Sabbath. I think I know you. I think I know you, Sodomite. And you will know them by their actions. Always trying to peg somebody, always trying to put it in somebody's anus. I think I know you, Sodomite. But let's get into it.
Senses. 1. The Jewish historian Josephus used the term Sodomites in summarizing the Genesis narrative. About this time the Sodomites grew proud, on account of their riches and great wealth. They became unjust towards men, and impious towards God, in so much that they did not call to mind the advantages they received from him. They hated strangers, and abused themselves with sodomitical practices. 2. This statement, which adds, on account of their riches and great wealth, lend to the comprehension of the practice of tunnels of Typhon, which refer to anal sex used to steal life force from their victim in order to gain wealth, from the worship of the Set or Satanic practices.
Wait. Set? You mean like set in the West? No way. No, y'all can't be putting it together like that for us. Hold on. Set in the West. No way. Hold on. Anal, typhoons, tunnels in the butthole. Oh man. I'm gonna open y'all eyes today.
Practices. Satanic forces are material forces, and SRA practices are used to sell one's soul in order to gain material rewards through the possession and binding of satanic forces. Excerpt from Bill Skubelin. Most witches, myself included, find it necessary to study his material and plug themselves into the magical current of Crowley's demon spirit guide, a mysterious being named Aiwass. Aiwass is another name for Set, an Egyptian god. Sodomy is especially sacred to Set. It opens what are called the Typhonian tunnels, channels through which extremely powerful demons, like the horrible Corazon, can travel from the alternate reality and emerge into this universe and enter the sex partner's body. Sex, especially lustful and disconnected sex, is a major way in which demonic oppression can be passed from one person to another.
And
3.
Not Seth. Seth and Set is
In the
two
human
different people. Seth and Set is two different people, okay? So when you get into this, it's basically telling you that the orifices, the portals of what we have, like through this is what makes us multidimensional beings. When I say we're multidimensional beings, it's because through our sex organ, right? This is where the multidimensional beings come in, right? Because when we are passing our fluids through these forms of sex, this is where you can open portals or possibly transfer energy or demonic expectations of oneself, depending on what type of love you're making. Now, you have that good love, right? Where it's like, I love you, everything is like going to be great. And the kids from that, they might turn out more loving, they might turn out more beautiful, right? And then you have what is programmed through, such as slavery, right? To where as though, what did they do in slavery? They made the whole, they made the woman watch the man get put in, certain positions, right? Didn't they grape a lot of them men back then? Didn't they, put stuff in their anal back then? Right? So we watching this repeated thing happening, and we don't know what is happening for, right? And now we're watching our society where Black women are actually detrimental to the collective, because they're setting their men up for failure. They're not riding with their men. They're not being warriors with their men, right? They're setting you up. They're telling you to go fight a battle, and then they're stepping to the side. And then when it comes down to it, they say, man, that ain't my fight. That's y'all fight. Look how many people Jaguar done set up for that type of rhetoric. Look at Ronnie Bowe. She done set Ronnie Bowe up to fight Atwoods and them, and she's still sitting at the table with Atwoods and them, right? She done set Wolf Coochie up out here to fight all these different people, and where's she at? I ain't got nothing to do with that, right? She set YouTubers up against YouTubers and then stood to the side like she didn't just play some type of chaotic role in that, right? But she's not doing that with YT. She's only doing that with black people. Why? Think about that. Think about that. She is a destroyer of her own people. She's not aiming to build. You're not going to grow nothing with that, because she already sold her soul many, many eons ago. Jaguar Wright is nothing but one of the entities that's been reincarnated down here to keep on doing low vibrational shit. And she knows her time is up. She knows it.
Human body design. All orifices function as divine principles which serve as a physical conduit to its spiritual counterpart connected in another dimension. In most people that are spiritually activated at the soul level, all 7 orifices on the face are directly connected to the archetypal mind in the 5th dimension.
All 7 orifices of the face. Listen to what it said. All 7 orifices of the face are connected to the mind in the 5th dimension and directly connected to your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is what you speak out, your truth. Your orifices of the face is known as the 7 entry points to heaven. 7 entry points to heaven, heaven being your mind. The 7 orifices of your face, your nostrils is 2, your ears is 2, your eyes is 2, and your mouth is 1. That equals 7. That is the Godhead of your body. The 7 entries to the kingdom of heaven: your ears, your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. This is why when certain things was burnt, they said it was pleasing to the gods, right? It wasn't, this smell wasn't reaching into the cosmos and the gods smelled it. No, that means it was going into you, and the God of your mind said that that was pleasing. That's what that means. When it said it was a burnt offering and it was pleasing to the gods, that means when you breathe it in, the gods that are in your heaven, your brain, determined that it was pleasing. Just like if you breathe something in and it smells like shit, you're going to be like, that's not satisfying, right? Okay, let's keep going.
Dimension and directly connect to the throat chakra.
We got to get into these organs and these principles of these organs, because this is what makes us multidimensional. Once you realize the importance of your genitals, you might change the operation of that. You might actually, realize how important it is. Maybe we will stop fornicating out of anger. Everybody want this make up the breakup thing. Yeah, I want you to do it to me like you're angry. Be mad. That shit ain't no good. It ain't no good to put that type of anger in someone. It's no good to transfer that type of anger. Some people are transferring different levels of anger and wondering why their life is not getting better.
Male organs are the earth principle. Let us review all 5 of the male sexual organs that function as a portal of consciousness to other dimensions. Prostate gland, hidden, access through rectum.
Ha.
Right
Now
testicle to right ureter.
They hitting your prostate.
Left testicle to left ureter.
You see it?
Rectum.
Listen.
Penis/urethra. Because male sexual organs are mostly external, they have slightly less vulnerability to energetic attack. 4. Female organs are the spiritual principle.
Spiritual
Let us review
principle.
all 6 of the female sexual organs that function as a portal of consciousness to other dimensions. Cervix opening to uterus. Right ovary. Left ovary. Rectum. Vagina. Clitoris/urethra. Because female sexual organs are mostly internal, and there is a culture of misogyny on the earth, the female organs have a much higher vulnerability to energetic attack from consistent sexual abuse. 5.
Oh, what did they say? This is why these programs exist. This is why you guys don't know how powerful you are as women. This is why you don't know. Because you don't know that you hold the essential connection. Right? You don't know that you hold the essential connection to a lot of this. There's no one without the other. We cannot, this is what equally yoked is. It's not equally yoked on the outside, it's equally yoked on the inside. Right? Where knowledge and wisdom meets feelings and emotions. A lot of y'all are sitting out here thinking that what makes you a god is the fact that you can bring life into this world. No, that's not what that is. It's deeper than that. Why do you think animals have mating seasons? Animals have mating seasons for a reason, because the male has to be disciplined and build up the essence of the seed, strengthen that seed, right? We running around giving people wheat seeds and wondering why we ain't advancing in life. We running around dropping over these day-old seeds, these 12-hour seed. Oh man, that seed only built for 12 hours in the vessel, because y'all want to fornicate. We're in the land of fornication. The only way we can get out of this is if we become disciplined over our flesh. Then will we create a land of righteousness.
Orion Group linked Thuban-controlled AI architecture into the planetary mind and the Stargate systems, and this infiltration began the hijack of organic Stargates. This was achieved through the building out of alien machinery designed for anti-life inversions that promoted satanic blood ritual and AI-run black magic sorcery throughout the planetary grid network. Thus, humanity through the Egyptian world culture at the time of invasion were taught to worship Thuban as sacred to Set or Typhon, which is synonymous with the use of fire as an aggressive force of weaponry to represent those whom are opposers of God. This Egypt timeline is worshipped by the controlling power elites, as they believe this is when their gods were on the planet and put them in charge, to rule Earth for their personal pleasure and on behalf of their alien god masters. As the global human culture was systematically invaded, every wisdom teaching was stolen and hijacked, every natural spiritual ritual was infected with blood sacrifice, black magic, or blood cult worship. Through this systematic process, those who participated in blood rituals would emerge to be the preferred bloodlines and were rewarded with immense power, wealth, and protection from their enemies. Then came the conditioning of sexual misery. Programs in which sexual perversions and gender reversals would be practiced in the context of sexual blood magic to please these alien gods, while its inherent design was lush harvesting and to invert and destroy the male and female balance in the world. Sodomy and anything connected to the rectum or feces is sacred to Set or Typhon. Thus, sodomy was introduced in blood rituals in order to generate Typhon tunnels. This is used to reverse life force from its natural direction and channel powerful demons, aka Alpha Draconis Black Sun entities, into the material plane. The Typhonian tradition is sometimes defined as a current that flows through the cosmology of the Order Templi Orientis, OTO, established and made famous in current times by Aleister Crowley. The OTO rebranded Typhon as the feminine aspect of Set, in which this aspect of alien Dark Mother became of supreme importance in the formula of sexual blood magic, designed to hijack the founder's Christos Sophia Rose lineages and to produce demonically enhanced moon children rituals in its place. 6.
Now, some of y'all might not really understand exactly what that's saying, so allow me to break it down for you, right? A lot of these people are not serving the same God that you're serving, even though out their mouth they're telling you that they're serving these gods. They're not. The greatest secret in all of this is actually to make you think that they're worshiping the same God. It's trickery, right? Now, once we get into Set and we get into the Typhon tunnels, now we getting to the bondage, right? This root magic, as they say, when they say roots, this is why a woman might put her period in your spaghetti, right? This is also why, you know, different variations of people uses different variations of body fluids in order to bind you to them. 9 times out of 10, it is either through oral, because your digestive system is also a way to your soul, right? Through your digestive system. That's why Saturn rules the bowels, because it's called a bowel movement, right? Because it's from bowel worshiping, right? So through this form of ritual, eating is a ritual. Back in the day, they did not eat like we did, right? They actually would just take the juices from the fruits and stuff, and they would spit the skin out, right? They wouldn't take in, they would take the fluids from this stuff, but they wouldn't take in the matter, right? So they'll take the fluids, they'll take the liquids, and they'll take that, because this gave them all the nutrients and stuff like that without the operation of that bowel movement, right? For bowel worshiping, right? So when you get into this, this is basically engineering or regaining control of one's vessel, right? So when you regain control of your vessel, you'll become more disciplined in this stuff, right? You will not allow yourself to fall victim to a lot of these things that is of the ways of the Canaanites. We are trying to get a grander understanding of what's going on down here so we can better align ourselves with the universe again. So first, you have to know the ways of this land so you can know how to avoid them. Yeah, like smoothies. It's better to just get you some smoothies, especially in this new sun. The sun is going to be, if you are a meat eater, a heavy meat eater, the sun is about to force all types of stuff out of your body. So you're going to find yourself sweating more. You're going to find yourself, but if you align yourself with this sun, you're not going to have to worry about some of the stuff that's happening. A lot of people are about to start getting sick. You're going to have spring sickness, summer sickness. A lot of people are about to start getting sick. And they're going to blame it on COVID. They're going to blame it on all this other stuff, when really the universe is resetting and correcting itself. Anyone that's not aligning themselves, or at least trying to align themselves with the universe and this Aquarius sky, their punishment, you see what's going on. You see what's going on to people, right? They can no longer bother us. They can't touch us. But they can start taking out each other. They can start attacking each other. And this is probably what the Bible meant when it said evil begots evil. We might have looked at begot as a good word, but begot is neither good nor bad. Begot means evil will take care of evil. Evil will look out for evil, right? So you're watching them right now destroy each other, tear each other down, throw each other up under the bus. Just with this small group that is Jaguar Right, you're watching this take place. How many people did we watch her throw up under the bus? This is a small group. Now I want you to think about a bigger scale. This is actually happening on bigger scales. Think Vatican, think entertainment, think Hollywood. If we're watching it take place on a YouTube scale with Jacqueline Suzette Wright, then surely it's taking place on a higher scale, because what? Shit rolls downhill. Drax, it's wet outside.
These inorganic tunnels and their wormhole tunnel systems produced from anti-life mathematical programs designed to vampirize living things are reversing the spiral direction of organic life force current from its natural movement towards an ascending and northern position.
Hey, just Tony, can you not put nothing in the chat? because everything you saying doesn't go with nothing that I'm talking about. Nothing that you saying. It's actually self-centering. I don't see how you don't recognize that you're self-centering yourself. You're literally, everything I'm saying does not even pertain to you. It pertains to a collective, and you're saying me, all in the comment section. I don't see how you don't recognize that you're doing that. I don't see it.
Position. Instead, the alien machinery is forcing the life force energy spiral to move downwards into a descending reversal pattern towards the southern position. This
Okay,
Metatronic distortion in the
I wanna
planetary
get
grid
people
feeds.
out of that. Everybody starts off in a singular mind where they just see their self, and they're always putting their self in the equation. But in this new air, you have to advance to a collective mind where you're looking at it from a greater point in life, to where as though it's not a me or a I. It becomes a universal we. We are in this together. I can easily take this knowledge and just apply it to myself and say F everybody else, right? But I'm not. I'm saying we all are in this. We are all still messing up. I'm not messing up, but I'm bringing the knowledge to the people, right? I can sit here and say none of this stuff apply to me, and then I'm back within a fight with inside myself. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people. People are fighting this with inside their self, that they can't see the collective that it's actually affecting. It's affecting all of us. It's affecting future generations. It's not about you and your 7 years sobriety, because your 7 years sobriety doesn't shape or change the future of this world. So obviously it can't be talking about you as an individual. So for you to put out there that you've been, practicing celibacy for 7 years is asinine or redundant, because we're not talking about you individually, because you're not procreating, bringing the future into this world. So for you to center yourself and make it seem like this only applies to you is the problem that's in the world. It's a major problem that's in the world, that people can't see other people. You're sitting here making this about a singular person when collectively the world is fucked up. If it don't apply, let it fly, but don't discourage the fixing of this. Now, when you just individualize it, you don't see the bigger problem, because you only see yourself in the equation. You have to be able to see the bigger problem in the world. You want to fix the world. You don't want to fix yourself. You want to fix the world. That's why I don't individualize any of this stuff. I bring you the information from a collective mind. I'm speaking from a collective space, not individually.
Feeds the satanic gestalts and interferes with the proper life force energy movement up the spinal column of humans that remain asleep on the earth. The life force goes down the spinal column and releases out of the perineum and rectum, and thus these inorganic tunnel systems are called typhon tunnels.
You see, it says the life force, right? This goes back to the Nile River, right? The Nile River is your spinal cord. That means there's a fluid that's moving up and down your spinal cord. Some is released through the rectum or the perineum, whatever it's called, right? So this is a fluid that is inside your body. Some people call it or hormonic fluid or hormones, right? But this is a fluid that is coming from your brain and moving up and down your spine, right? And through these different formats, they are tampering with this fluid, with this water that is in your spine, right? See what you're doing? You're doing the same thing. You're individualizing it again. Even though I just asked you not to do it, you still sat there and said, I help people. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're individualizing it again. You can't stop doing that. Like, it's because you're not here to learn anything. You're actually here to try to see what gets up under my skin, and then you're going to keep trying to do what bothers me. Because you know why? You're in a fight with inside yourself against masculinity. That has nothing to do with me. Take the fight with inside yourself and fight whatever it off that you're fighting, because it's not me. Obviously, it's not me. I'm just here teaching, but you keep trying to center yourself in it all. If you help people, you help people. Kudos for you. I help people, but I'm not bragging about helping people, because I shouldn't brag about it. I shouldn't want credit for helping people. I should just want to help people, right? When you go around telling other people you're helping people, that means you're aiming to please man. I don't aim to please man or mankind. I aim to please God or the universe. So therefore, I don't run around looking for praisals from man for the things that I'm doing. I just do what is right. That's it. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. But I don't need to go around and tell people about my accolades so they can say, attaboy. Attaboy. Good job. I don't care if you think I'm doing a good job or not. I'm doing what the universe asked me to do, right? But here you are, not only centering yourself, drawing attention to yourself, but here you are, even right after I just said it's a collective thing, you still say I. How are you speaking from a collective mind if you still got the I verse? That means you're still dealing with Iris.
Tunnels. See Typhon. This is why black magicians use sodomy and satanic ritual abuse.
I wanna bow out of this conversation. Let's just agree to disagree. Whatever it is that you think, that's what you think. Whatever it is that I think, that's what I think. You're right. You're right. You are a helper. Thank you for helping. Everybody thank Just Tony for being a helper in this world. We appreciate you. Keep on helping people. But let me get back to teaching what I'm teaching people. Okay? If you keep on being a distraction, I'm going to block you. I'm going to block you out of the chat. Please stop distracting me or trying to distract me from teaching people something. Okay? Please stop. And I'm asking you nicely, and I don't care how you take it from here. I said, please stop. Anything else after this point, it is you forcing yourself on me.
Abuse, as the life force energy pattern in the individual's light body connects to Metatronic spiral, which generates a descending serpent fire that releases mass quantities of life force from out of the perineum. The black magician uses the spiritual energy source as a means to consume the consciousness body of their intended victim in order to harvest that energy for their agendas or mere pleasure. The generation of Typhon tunnels through the practices of the satanic religion are directly related to the original alien architecture put in place with the Wisa tunnel system.
So this is where that, you see it says the Wisa tunnel system, right? Now, I know a lot of you might not even understand exactly what I'm about to say, but let's go back to Dragon Ball Z, right? When Dragon Ball Z, who was it that the guy, when the deity of this dimension was there, right? Burris, right? Who was his friend? Who was the guy that was with him? Wisa, the one who helped him travel. What was Wisa? What did Wisa like to do? Wisa like to eat, which is another ritual to your Satan realm, right? Your Saturn realm, right? Through your digestive system. What do they make these people do on camera now? They do a eating ritual. Look at Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat performed a eating ritual online where they eat all this food, right? All of these people show you exactly what's going on. You just don't open your eyes to see it. It's a reason why they eat on camera, because it is a eating ritual. It's 24 hours in a day. You don't think they can take 20 minutes to eat off of camera? You don't think they could take 20 minutes to eat off of camera, where they spend an hour and a half on camera showing you gluttony? Right? They showing you this stuff because it's a ritual. And a lot of things that we do has become like this, and we don't even know it. That's why it's called breakfast. It's actually break fast. It breaks the fast vibrational frequency of your life water. A lot of these things is happening in the world, and we don't see it because we don't know how to look for it. And then there's so many distractions in this world, right? They got so many people that set in line to try to make you think that this level of knowledge is blasphemous. Oh man, I don't want to hear none of that. Oh man, oh man. That's because ignorant is bliss. That's why so many people run around ignorant or, oblivious to this stuff, because they're practicing ignorance.
Orion Group linked Thuban-controlled AI architecture into the planetary mind and the Stargate systems, and this infiltration began the hijack of organic Stargates. This was achieved through the building out of alien machinery designed for anti-life inversions that promoted satanic blood ritual and AI-run black magic sorcery throughout the planetary grid network. Thus, humanity through the Egyptian world culture at the time of invasion were taught to worship Thuban as sacred to Set or Typhon.
Real quick. We can get into Set. Let me see. Osiris. All right. So here's Set. And remember what Set did to Osiris, right? If you go back to what took place.
Set is portrayed as the usurper that killed and mutilated his own brother Osiris. He is one of the Egyptian 9 Ennead. A god of the desert, storms, disorder, violence and foreigners in ancient Egyptian religion. Set has a positive role where he is employed by Ra on his solar boat to repel the serpent of chaos Apep. Set had a vital role as a reconciled combatant. He was lord of the red, desert, land, where he was the balance to Horus' role as lord of the black, soil, land. Set's siblings are Osiris, Isis, and Nephthys. He married Nephthys and fathered Anubis, and in some accounts he had relationships with other goddesses.
Now,
1.
This is where the Osiris and Set story comes in, where they say Osiris was broken into 13 pieces and they put together 12 of the pieces. They put back together 12, but they left out the importance of 13. This is another story of the mystery 13 and how it was left out. So when they put Osiris back together, they put Osiris back together without one piece. This was an essential piece. In fact, this was the piece that connected all the other pieces, right? It was considered to be his sexual organs, right? The Washington Monument and that thing that sits out, that big shaft that sits out at the Washington Monument, that is the secret of Osiris. That is what they left out, right? This is why America is a power force, right? Because of that piece, they left out that secret. Now, for those who are ascendant masters, we know this information to be true because of the knowledge of the history of man. It shows it to be true. But a lot of people won't dig back into the knowledge of the history of man to realize that of which is, always was, and always will be. Right? Mystery Babylon. Now, let's jump over to what we would see in real life, right? In real life, this is the games that they would play because we're in an age of technology. You know, everybody's online now, right? So now it's a play on your mental through a form of feelings and emotions that they're doing. This is why you got Madagascar sitting over there trying to character shame everybody else, right? And the next time you listen to Madagascar, I want y'all to listen to how she character shames everybody else, right? She'll sit there and try to be like, oh, Ralph said this, Ralph said that, but she never shows no proof or evidence of me saying this stuff, right? What she's doing is she's trying to make the public look at me with a messed up eye so I can feel a certain type of way. But she's coming to the sad realization, damn, no matter what I say, he's not feeling a certain type of way, right? So now she's got to keep on implementing my name more and more and more in the bullshit because they think eventually I'm going to respond and then they can try to character assassinate me. You get what I'm saying? They're going to character assassinate me and tell me that this goes back to the play that the Jujitsuits put in. This is before the Illuminati, right? The Jujitsuits was considered to be the assassinators of gods, right? So they would go around, tear down your character, make you feel less of a person, right? And try to shame you so they can feel good about themselves. This is why she's lying about being SA'd at a young age, because she's looking for the sympathy so people can think, oh, feel good about her, right? She tried to say, all I did was say, how did this 35-year-old get your phone number? She said that a 35-year-old was stalking her when she was 15, calling her phone and stuff. All I said was, how did this 35-year-old get your phone number? And then she said, what are you saying? I'm an SA worker? What the fuck? Where did that come from? I'm just asking how the 35-year-old get a 15-year-old phone number. And now all of a sudden, because I asked that question, now she's trying to say that I said she was an SA worker way back at 15. That's in her mind. That's her perception of it. That means you're seeing yourself as a SA worker because you must have gave him the number or something. How all I say was, how did he get your number? And you saying, are you saying I'm an SA worker? I didn't say that. You said that shit. But she wants to put that on other people because that escapes her from the karma of her bullshit, of her promiscuous ways. So she's trying to duck the karma of her promiscuous ways by trying to put it on other people. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say you don't have to do nothing to these people. They're going to tell on themselves. All you got to do is listen, right? And we sit back in the Discord and we listen to their bullshit. We listen to their lies. You cannot find a live where I said this, but she's going around trying to paint me out to be a bad person. Why? Because everybody that they try to tear down, we lifted up. When they try to tear down Sandra Love, we lifted her up with love, right? When they try to tear down Amber, we pull Amber out of there with love. When they attack Lady Letitia, we fought back with love, right? That's what they're fighting. They're fighting the love that we have over here. That's what they're against. When you keep on trying to figure out why these people are worried about a small page, why these people are worried about a nobody creator, right? That's why they're worried about us so much, because we're building a collective of love. You think they want a collective of love to be built? Hell no, they don't want us to build this collective of love. They don't work so hard on sodomizing and you know, this whole sexual thing that they on. That's why they sexualize everything. Get into an argument with one of them, and I bet you they turn it into a sexual argument. I bet you. I bet you. A2 titties do the same thing. You know I'm sexy. You know you want my body. That's the shit that they do to invade your mind. All of them do it. You can watch them. They'll sit there with their shirt off, do all of this sensual, sexual shit, right? They'll sit there and they'll take baths for 3 hours in front of the camera. You know, always trying to I'm about to get in the shower. I'm about to get in the shower. You guys can, so that way you can visualize them naked. Because when you think about somebody getting in the shower, you know they got to take their clothes off to get in the shower. So when people constantly tell you that they in the shower, it's to put it in your mind that they naked. When people constantly take baths in front of you, it's to put in your mind that they naked. That's why she sit there with her bra on. That's why she sit there with her titties propped out, because she want to tamper with a sexual sensation inside of your body that builds up this. You know, this is why during the month of Ramadan, you're not supposed to look at no magazines that got lingerie in it or nothing. You're not supposed to watch no shows that have this type of lust, because it builds an energy in you, right? And then that energy, that secretion, right, it seeps out of your organs. Oh man, I got wet thinking about. Why was you thinking about it? You wouldn't have got wet if you wasn't thinking about it. So you're supposed to keep your mind in good thoughts. Stay away from these, you know, the nasty thoughts. You got to stay away from the nasty thoughts. Keep your mind in good thought, right? But nobody knows how to have discipline over the flesh. They don't know how to do that. That's why they over-sexualize everything. Look at their conversation. It is right in their conversation. This is why she said, swallowing and digesting, swallowing and digesting. This is why they say stuff like that. You know, oh, we're going to learn about the frequency that lives in your throat, Grace. Yeah, we're going to teach them about the frequency that lives in your throat. Everything they do has sexual, you know, indentations on it, because they are lower vibrational sex demons. Look at Maggie. I know I look good. I know I look good, and sitting there like a busted bag of biscuits, right? But she knows she look good, but she's sitting there like a busted bag of biscuits talking about everybody else. Her head don't match her body, and her hands are too small, right? But she'll sit there and try to talk about everybody else and make it seem like she the baddest thing on this earth. And everybody jealous of her because Jaguar Wright chose her. Why would anybody be jealous because a homeless person chose you? You got chosen by a homeless person. We not jealous of that. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me get back to it, because I got ADHD. Y'all know I got ADHD. Where my Discord? Where's my sister wives at? Y'all post 1111 that shit. Put me back on track. Where's the 1111 at? Y'all seen I almost derailed? Y'all seen I almost started talking? Where's the 1111 at? Remember, we talked about this. This is protocol. You post 1111 me in the chat to get me back on track. 1111 in the chat to get me back on track. We talked about this. Y'all got to pay attention to me more. Y'all know when I'm going off the deep end. Y'all know when I'm about to derail, start talking shit. Whew. All right, let's get back to this.
To be able to understand the sociopathic sick mind of AD systems, one would need to better understand the general attitude of an AD-infected human or non-human NAA, as having little to no remorse or empathy. If a technologically advanced extradimensional race has decided to implement a gradual takeover of a planet and its inhabitants, what kind of strategy would it use? First, they would look to how they could maximize the efficiency of the invasion process and reduce the expenditure of resources that they have to generate themselves. To achieve this goal, the secretive infiltration of the course,
generating the resources that they will have to achieve themselves, this is when they try to get other people to do the work for them. This is considered a labyrinth inside the body, right? Where they trap your mind in a maze, right? And they're using your energy that you're generating in that maze, trying to get out of it, right? So they use the power of confusion to put you in a maze inside your own mind, where you yourself start thinking that you're in a loop. A lot of people that's been battling with Jaguar Wright on YouTube, They find themselves in a loop. The only thing that's changing is the characters. And now that they see the loop that they're in, they figuring the only way to get out of this loop is to get Jaguar right back locked up, right? Because now they're seeing like it's been 4 years and they feel like they're not going anywhere because they're stuck in this repetitive thing with Jaguar, right? So it's a labyrinth. They're stuck in a labyrinth inside their mind. They're watching new players come in and new players go. They're watching her victimize new people and everything like that. So they're stuck in this labyrinth and they can't get out of it, right? So they got to eliminate the bull. And ironically, she is a Taurus, so that fits perfectly, right? They got to eliminate the bull in the labyrinth. The what they call it, a mind, a menu, a men. It'll come up. It'll come to me. I thought about it too fast.
Societal organizational structures such as religions, medical, financial, and legal systems would be ideal to shape the value systems that generate reality belief systems they want to control. Through the engineering of a labyrinth of self-enforced enslavement policies based on fear and intimidation among the Earth inhabitants, they would achieve the use of minimal, off-planet resources by piggybacking on the Earth human resources. The people on Earth would effectively enforce their own enslavement as well as enslave their own global human family by giving up their rights and their resources. This is very effective for takeover and invasion with minimal resistance or revolt by inhabitants who are unaware they are being invaded. One question to always ask is who is benefiting from this anti-human strategy. Look for the source infection at the root cause, not its symptoms. 2. 3. Sociopathy. Sociopaths are masters at influence, emotional manipulation, and deception. Very little of what they say actually checks out in terms of facts or reality, but they're extremely skillful at making the things they say sound believable, even if they're just making them up out of thin air. Sociopathic people are masters at weaving elaborate fictional explanations to justify their actions. When caught red-handed, they respond with anger and threats, then weave new fabrications to explain away whatever they were caught doing.
Now, who does that remind you of? Who does that remind you of when it's talking about sociopathic behaviors? Y'all got to go look up sociopathic tendencies. Y'all got to know about this because you're going to have to avoid these type of people in this world. Look at the justifications behind their actions. It's no accountability. Everything that they do always points to somebody else. It was Sam Odom. It was my second husband. It was all these YouTubers. The NFL is after me. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce's Christmas performance was because they was after her, right? Look at Odell doing the same thing. Look at all of them do the same thing. All of them. This is a group of sociopaths. Look at Mike. Mike doing the same thing right now. He's deflecting from the fact that he literally was gawking after that girl. He literally, matter of fact, let's take a little break real quick and pull up this video of the things Mike was saying, and you guys tell me if it's not disturbing. Because they keep on wanting to tell a different story over there on Maggie's panel, right? They don't want to tell the truth about how Mike was talking about this girl, right? They want to try to deflect from how he was sitting there like, Goldie, say something, Goldie. You're going to be my internet girlfriend.
Yeah, the document is real.
Because that second line.
Yeah, this is when Giovanni passed.
That was okay. That one was okay. Okay, hey.
That's the way. Look at me and Trent.
This is where he say, hey, Goldie.
Hey.
Yeah,
Look,
when Giovanni passed.
Right? That's one time that he made a statement towards Goldie, right? And he does it several times throughout this video. He does it several times. even as far as to say, oh, I think I found my new internet girlfriend, right? He says that, right? And he also say, ooh, let Goldie talk. Let her say something, right? Goldie's not even saying anything, right? This is what makes it creepy. They keep trying to play it off like Mike just said, hey, Goldie, you're beautiful. Goldie never had a conversation with Mike. This is him watching Maggie's live and gawking after her. No one talked to Mike. It's not like they introduced Goldie to Mike and he was like, you're very beautiful. No, this is him on his own panel, watching another panel with all of this. It's not like they actually met in person and he said, you're very beautiful. No, he's watching this. That's what makes it creepy. And they keep on trying to take away from the creepy part. Goldie never had a conversation with Mike where Mike was like, Golden, you're beautiful, right? No, nobody had a conversation with Mike. Mike was watching this from his studio, and that's what he was saying. Damn, Goldie, just talk. Let Goldie talk. Ooh, damn. Oh, I think I found my new internet girlfriend. Can you imagine the thoughts that's running through his mind as he's saying all of this? And he never met her. Now, of course, Madagascar and them, they're going to make it seem like he just called her beautiful. No, he did not. It was some very fucking creepy shit. And they keep on deflecting a fact that this person is a creep, right? He literally has a wife in the Philippines. It's the reason why he went to the Philippines. This dude is like pushing 60 years old and his wife looked 30. Right? Or not his wife. It's not his wife anymore because he said she moved back to the Philippines. But there's another video of Mike saying that he's got 4 wives. There's a video of Mike saying that he's got 4 wives. That means he is taking American currency and taking it over to the Philippines so he can live like some type of king or some weird shit going on over there. He has young girls calling him honey and babe. 29 years old. He still live at home. In America, he still live at home with his mama. But he go over to the Philippines and act like he's some type of god or some type of rich person. This dude is a creep in every sense of the way. And instead of protecting a young mom with a child, they chose to protect Mike, the alcoholic PDFer. Think about that. The same group that you say is protecting women and protecting young mothers, they chose Mike, the PDFer, over Golden, which is a single mother. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Mike's sitting there talking about he can help her advance on YouTube all because of her looks, because she looked good. Not because what she's talking about, not because she has an intellectual mind, but because she was sitting there looking pretty. He said that he can help her make it on YouTube. No, you can't, Mike. You can't. You didn't even help Mina make it. Mina got 10 subscribers over there. And that's the Filipino girl. You didn't even help, what's the other one name? Elena, whatever her name is. You didn't help her make it. Don't sit there and lie and make it seem like you can help people make it on YouTube if you ain't even helping the people that's making it that's around you. I want y'all to realize what just took place yesterday. They chose Mike, the PDFer, over Golden, the single mother. Y'all can't make that group look no. There's nothing you can say to me about them. There's nothing you can say to me about Madagascar. There's nothing you can say to me about Jaguar. They chose Mike, the PDFer, over Golden, the single mother. and y'all telling me that they for women? Y'all telling me that they standing up for their own? Nah. Fuck that. Miss me with that shit.
That was okay. That one was okay. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Didn't say too much. All right. I entered the chat. I entered the panel. Very cool. Let's watch the whole.
Now, this is when Goldie just enters the panel, right? This is when Goldie just entered the panel. He's like, hey, ooh, right? Now, watch how much more it gets creepier than this.
thing. If you have not watched it all the way through.
That was September. See, that's me, mama. That's not my friend. Let's see what this post is. When is the
Thank
date?
you, Donut, for the super chat. Make
Okay.
it rain, make it rain. Let's match it
So
for
this
Donut.
was-
If Donut
This was posted May 9th. Oh, was after I got out of jail. I'm still in May. I haven't even gotten to March yet. Wow, Avenger Flight
I'm
Group
still
is
in
where I
May.
posted from on one of my rides. And Kiki Y
Wasn't
his
even a
little
good
brother.
joke.
Golden Queen H.A. You cute girl. You just got a cute face. Hey, how you
See? That's number 2 right there, right? That's number 2, right?
doing? How you? Oops. Let's keep going.
Right.
Now, you got a nasty mind when you keep on saying oops, like you did something wrong. That means you know what you're saying is wrong, and you keep on covering it up with a oops, I didn't mean to say that. Oops, I didn't say oops, right? That's when you know you're thinking nasty anyway. Oops, oh, you so pretty, you so oops, right? That means you already coming with a sick mind, right? Okay, let's keep going.
And then it's all of the oops the entire video. Like he pretending.
Golden know exactly what she picked up on when she was watching this fucking dude watch her. She had every right to feel the way that she felt. You get what I'm saying? She had every right to feel that. This is her that she's talking about. It's not like he was talking about me, because I would have felt the same way. Like, what the fuck is you doing? I would have probably put some more clothes on or something. Like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Right? But they want to exclude her feelings and emotions. Like, she don't have the right to feel like this, that this dude is literally praying over her like that. That's sick. That is sick.
And like he don't know what he doing. You have a fiance. Why are you flirting with me on live? It's okay.
And the thing is, he's not even flirting with her because they're not in the same room, right? He's watching another person's live, gawking at her on his live. So he's live watching their live and gawking at her on his live. That's creepy. We're not even on the same panel and you doing this shit.
Okay if you give somebody a compliment. This was way past a compliment. And this goes on. That is all I'm saying.
I want to hear Golden Queen talk.
Okay, let me.
Boom. Right there. Again. I want to hear Golden Queen talk. Now you done made 3 inappropriate statements, and now I want to hear Golden Queen talk. This is creepy.
Go back. Let me go back.
Look, and he said something wrong, because after he said, I want to hear Golden Queen talk, he made this face. Oops. That's what he does.
You want to hear me talk, but as soon as I
Creepy
start
shit.
talking, I ain't had nothing good to say. I sound dumb. I need to just shut up and be pretty. I'm trying to be like other people. That's what you said at the end. You want to hear
Creepy
me
shit.
talk. I ain't talked the whole time. But you just keep making comments off from talking. I ain't had nothing good.
Interesting.
Golden Queen,
It
baby.
says April.
See? That's 4 times. Golden Queen, baby. That's 4 times. So when Madagascar sit over there and say, oh, he just called her beautiful. Oh yeah, if he would have said it just one time, then yeah, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But this man is gawking over her. And they want to downplay that shit. Uncle Mike is a creep.
21st, 2018.
And again,
Mm-hmm.
I can't
It's
tell
a
you how many
card.
times you say that.
That my fake
This
handler
video is
friends
so long.
who were gaslighting me in real life sent me while I was in jail in Cook County.
But then I also see this comment. I guess you were speaking about me.
Yeah, I would have to call somebody else to say, Uncle Mike told me to give you this.
See? And now he talking about competing with the Knot, right? So the Knot gave like a $2 super chat or something like that. And he like, oh yeah, the Knot, you lucky I wasn't there. I would have sent more money than that. I would have, somehow my Cash App don't work. Nigga, this ain't the strip club. That's why that make it wane is so disturbing to me. Because people make it wane in the strip club, right? So her sitting here talking about make it wane, it's just giving off strip club vibes. And maybe she knows it's giving off strip club vibes, right? But he's sitting here trying to throw his money at them. I'm a rich man, I got money, right? That's the same thing an old creep would do. Try to show you that they got a bunch of money to make themselves look more attractive so they can get younger people, thus far going to the Philippines. Hey, Uncle Mike, that shit might be cool in the Philippines, but it ain't cool here. That's sick.
Because he can't, his Cash App ain't working. It won't work on Magic Channel for some reason. Come on, YouTube.
Your Cash App don't work on Magic Channel for some reason. You can't send her.
It won't work.
And that Cash App shit,
From Nicole Allen, who pretended
it has nothing to do with it. Cash App has nothing to
So,
do with it. But watch
big
this. He about to
day,
say some more
Monday.
creepy shit.
And prepping for the final showdown in Chirac. Because that's where I was in jail. My thank you post for everybody who donated.
See? He's sitting there looking at Goldie talking about some This shit is creepy.
Get me out of jail. April 23rd, recap. I love my son. I'm his mother. Does anything else matter? Not really. Yeah, no regrets. Me talking about coming out of jail.
Okay.
Now this.
I'm trying to get to the part where he says,
here we go.
Angel Joy.
Trying to get to the part where he says, I found my new
2018.
internet girlfriend.
Me. That's when for people to buy my book is 10th, 2023. Time giving us your resume. The only time giving us your resume. The only thing time giving us your, because everything that they said in that lawsuit is everything that Lamisha Fuller said on her little weird channel. Lamisha Fuller. Your content.
Big numbers. Jaguar right.
With that type of behavior. Why you over here respectful?
Big numbers for Golden Queen H. Hey, how you doing? Found me an internet girlfriend. Oh.
Right there. That's 5 to 6 times. Golden Queen, hey, how you doing? I found me an internet girlfriend. And he knows he's wrong for doing this shit because he keep on saying, oh.
Who said that?
See?
Okay, so did you hear what he just?
He knows he fucked up for doing that shit. That's a sick person. That means you keep on saying the shit and acting like you're not the one saying it, doing all of this stuff. Now that goes back to what we're talking about. That goes back to what we're talking about right now, right? Let's keep on reading. We're going to skip the divide and conquer part, right? we can go into the misogynist part, right? And this is why all of those sexual deviants keep on trying to make it seem like they got ADHD. They're hiding behind these other things. They're hiding behind them, trying to make it seem like, oh, that was my ADHD. Oh, that was my ADHD. No, the fuck it wasn't. It's a sick mind. And y'all using these different terms to hide behind. I know I got ADHD. I'm sitting here with the phone, I got 2 computer screens. I'm doing 5 things at the same time. My mind is doing 20.
Indoctrination into the AD behaviors and their supporting organizations will require mind control and repetition to repeat the regurgitation of dogma, and methods of intimidation to self-enforce those systems from human to human. This indoctrination must start at birth and be entrained by childhood for maximum conformity to accept AD abusive behaviors and loss of personal dignity as a way of life. The goal is to start as early as possible to superimpose these AD behaviors on babies and children. Introduction of the victim-victimizer-abuser pattern as a mind control structure is implemented everywhere possible. When the baby or child is victimized by abusers, they grow up as adults that inflict abuse upon their victims, thereby switching their roles interchangeably. The indoctrinated and repeated patterns of abuse are cycled throughout and are medicated with mind-altering and neurologically harming pharmaceuticals as soon as possible.
Now, this is what you watch them do. Now, listen to this. Listen to this.
AD strategy.
Not that part.
The sexual energies can be stolen from the individual without their consent or awareness and used by the black magician or the sexual predator as a pain and pleasure reward system for classical conditioning automatic impulses
Right
and
here.
addictions that continue to carry out archontic deception behaviors into the human culture. Vaginal or anal rape can yield harvested soul energies that are being siphoned during the act and consequently bound to the
Watch
perpetrator,
your
which may be
language,
human
AI.
or a demonic entity
on
that has
TikTok.
conspired with the human and committed the act of rape.
Can't say stuff like
For the
that on TikTok.
NAA, raping children is the most productive way to set up the
I'm just gonna keep repeating that shit. Okay, so we gotta get into Moloch. All right, we're gonna skip some of this right now. That goes into child abuse and child sacrificing. That's later. That's something later that they're talking about, right? We're gonna get into Moloch. Moloch. Okay.
Moloch is a soul-binding entity and energetic container used in SRA rituals. Many times Moloch is used in the satanic ritual to collect and disperse the human being's vital energies to hierarchies of satanic spirits. When a percentage of the human being's vital forces and spiritual energies are collected by satanic spirits, the person is high risk for soul binding, mental fragmentation, riscitsiad, dark manipulation, and possession. Moloch is also the entity called upon for accumulating personal wealth in SRA. This entails making a covenant with satanic forces in order to have use over the collective forces attached to the Moloch tank, in order to manifest material goods or wealth on one's behalf. This means one is stealing other people's life force in order to use that stolen life force to manifest wealth, power, or status for themselves or their groups.
Now,
1.
Are you not watching Jaguar Wright steal people life force energy for materialistic gain and higher social status for her group? Are you not watching that? Are you not witnessing Jaguar Wright literally tears people down, steal their life force energy, tell them that they're not the person who they are, tell them that's not reality. If you want to know reality, but like make them second guess themselves in order to manipulate their life force energy. You're watching her do this. You're watching this take place. Now, you can sit there and make it seem like it's just some type of human nature, or you can look at the depths of it and say, she's generating the power of Moloch by stealing people's life force energy, right? Let's go into the genital manipulation. We're delving. Ain't that right, Lil Yum Yum? We're delving into this one. We're just going to delve right into it. Ain't that right? They think that I don't see them. They think that I don't recognize them. Y'all know exactly who I am, and I know exactly who y'all are. And it don't matter if I get small amounts of numbers in here. It don't matter if the people don't hit the like button. It don't matter if they don't share it. It don't matter if they don't like me. I bet you the collective that I'm building is already more powerful than the collective that you guys have, because this world operates on intentions, pure intentions. All of that low vibrational shit that y'all doing, it can't exist in the Aquarius sky. That's why that Cleopatra needle over there in the UK, that's why it's malfunctioning right now. Oh, you need help trying to fix that Cleopatra needle, don't you, Atwoods? Huh? You think you're going to use the power of America to regenerate your little Cleopatra needle? But that's a story for another time. That's when we get into the Venus bloodline. Oh, with Cleopatra and Julius Caesar. Oh, we're going to get into that. Don't worry about it.
In the
I know.
Guardian use of the term
Y'all
Moloch,
know why
it
y'all
is
don't
used
want
to
my
describe
page on
receptacles
YouTube.
on the astral plane that operate.
Y'all know damn well why y'all don't want a page like mine's on YouTube, because it exposes all of that shit. All of it. That's why you don't want my page to get monetized. That's why you send your little minions over here to try to take my page or get me demonetized or whatever the case may be. Now look at y'all. Now look at y'all. Y'all about to get sick and some more shit. I'm not saying that I'm doing it, but somebody don't like the shit that y'all doing. Somebody got y'all going through sickness in y'all health because y'all fucking with the wrong light beings. But we get into that. Don't worry about it.
Operate as battery tanks for harvested lush, which is generally sexual in nature. Moloch tanks are used by the NAA forces to collect and store human sexual energy as a battery source. Generally, the tanks are more specialized as sourcing from the consciousness bodies of molested children, which is the real purpose that is behind the promotion of legalizing pedophilic practices. Large amounts of sexual energy is harvested from sexual ritual or blood sacrifice ritual killing in order to direct that collective energetic force from the victims for the purpose of widespread satanic ritual abuse carried out by black magicians, which is designed for the purpose of gaining control over others' perceptions and influencing the direction of the planetary timelines towards serving the negative controller agenda. The process of stealing consciousness energy from many people who are unaware that they are being used in this way is to gain control over others' minds and perceptions of the outer reality and is called sorcery or black magic. The power elite are a small group of people who conjure an assortment of black magic through dark rituals such as the sacrifices made to Moloch that are used for maintaining direct contact with the NAA. Moloch is one of the most important lush harvesting systems for the NAA because it comprises the most desired form of human-based collective energy, which is sexual energy siphoned from the human sexual organs. Moloch can be implanted as an energetic signature in those children or adults that have been exposed to sexual abuse, genital mutilation, violent sex acts in which any sexual trauma is generated in the consciousness of that person, no matter how young or old they are. Babies that are born from rape and of that person and inherit the Moloch attachment at the time of birth, and carry this attachment, sentencing them to heightened programming and sexual organ quality of collected sexual energy that is bound to the astral plane via.
I'll just break this down to you. This is why you watch them operate the way they operate. This is why they sit there and they say it's okay that these people are taking this out on society. It's okay that this is happening. And you can watch that. If you watch Madagascar's page, everything that I'm telling you about right now, you can witness taking place on her page, right? You can witness all of this taking place on her page. She sits there. She makes all of these, conversations about sex. She makes all of these conversations about, and they're crashing out. You're watching them crash out right now, right? You're watching them crash out. You're watching them go through this rhetoric where they're exposing themselves. If you go watch Set in the West, you see that everything leads back to a sex. I think one time Jaguar was singing the song and Wolf Coochie was like, oh, my balls in your mouth, right? Everything refers back to a sexualized joke, right? Look at the vanity of Madagascar, right? She's always talking about somebody, trying to call somebody a bitch. She think this is cute. She got picked on in high school, and now she's using social media to get back at the like, oh, now she's the mean girl. Now she thinks social media is high school, and she's with the popular group, and she's the mean girl. So now she's trying to talk about everybody else like she's the baddest thing out there. Her laugh is ugly, right? The way she laughs is ugly as hell. The Cleon wrinkles on her damn forehead, right? The way she frowned her mouth, it looks like a clown face. The way she frowned her mouth with that big red lipstick on, right? She looked like she worked in a circus, right? You're watching this stuff. Look at her funny faces. She's a funny face character and ugly at that. Excuse my terminology. But the faces that she make is very ugly and they're demonic. When she laughs, you can see the demonicness in her, right? You got Stephanie up there. Stephanie looked like one of the ghosts from Casper. She got that stanky face. She looked like Stanky the Friendly Ghost or Stanky the Ghost, whatever his name was, right? And she sit there and put her chin in her chest and start laughing. Big ass crimson chin looking ass, right? All of these people over there, they show you their demonicness and y'all act like y'all don't see it. Y'all act like y'all don't see these demons right in front of. I know I can't be the only one seeing these demons, right? These people look like they suffering from demonic face syndrome. They just said that over in China, they just said it might come over here to America. I think it's here. I think it's here. I think these people is suffering from demonic face syndrome. I think it's here already. Y'all got to start looking at these people. They got demonic face syndrome. I'm telling you they do. I know demonic face syndrome when I see demonic face syndrome. You can't tell me what demonic face syndrome look like. I know that's demonic face syndrome. I seen the did before. I seen the did before, and they got demonic face syndrome. Okay? I don't know what lotion or what type of soap they can use to get rid of it, but they got demonic face syndrome. Okay? I seen the did. All right. Let's get back into this. Okay? Now we got to talk about Saturn because today is the Sabbath, right? So since it is the Sabbath, we might as well talk about Saturn, right? Okay, let's get into this. We're delving.
Saturn is also the solar seventh gate, so it's been used to pump out reversal violet ray plasma light or inverted 7D violet ray. And this is the distortion that generates reversal plasmas and reversal violet light on our planet. These reversal plasmas are designed to ignite and feed the demon's seed that exists in the shadow selves or negative forms of the masses. Additionally, this alien construct was used to impale the crucifixion implants on the vertical axiotonal lines in the planetary body, which also devastated the vertical channel alignment of the planetary staff. 1.
Yeah, but this is the internet, so they think they can just show up on the internet. You know what I mean? They think they can just show out on the internet because they can do all the powdering and makeup on their face. But really, if Madagascar take that makeup off her face probably look gray. She probably got like a gray tint around her face, like a dark gray tint around her face, because it's dying. Like it's literally like the unalive process, like that dead energy. That's what that is. She's been taking in so much false energy, you can see it. A lot of these alcoholics have it in their face. They it just shows up in their face. They do all of this makeup stuff to hide it, but I see your ass. I see you. I see you, demons. And y'all know I see y'all. That's why y'all trying to be on me so tough, but you can't. You can't. You know, I'm like that Band-Aid brand. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that Band-Aid brand. There may be bugs on the rest of you mugs, but it ain't no bugs on me. You know what I'm saying? That's me. All right. So when you get into this, you get into the different variations of zodiacs, and then you got to get into, you know, Satan ruling the bowels and everything like that, right?
The zodiac as we have known it will be altered due to these magnetic changes, and the astrology influence or mental imprints will change, alter, or amplify, depending on the level of awareness and interaction with those cosmic and magnetic influences. This means that our magnetic imprint received from the zodiacal constellation alignments at birth will cease to have the same influence upon our body, our personality, our mind, and will impact many other factors. Conversely, those whom are under the severe mind-controlled influence of the zodiac archetypes used by the NAA machinery may accelerate those influences into distorted behaviors. It has been confirmed that Saturn is a headquarters used for zodiac mind control and that this planet's aura and logos is the densest and most problematic in the entire solar system. Saturn is an Orion group and satanic force outpost for many of the NAA. Activities to distort and pervert the lower dimensions and propagate the 4D astral delusions along with the 5D false ascension programs. Most of the false ascended masters using the 5D false ascension program through Orion Group are actually transmitted through Saturn. Additionally, it was confirmed all forms of blood cult worship were designed through Orion Groups by using Saturnian worship interchangeably for propagating satanic ritual abuse SRA and blood sacrifice on Earth. These distortions and their disadvantages remain heavily prevalent with those humans who may have heavy Saturn influences in their zodiacal birth chart. So for spiritual clearing purposes of curses, hexes, blood covenant or blood cult history, see black magic. One may need to review Saturn.
Don't try to be like, he's
Additionally, it has been recently observed that the solar system's Stargate 7, located inside the planet Saturn, was also transmitting artificial intelligence beams through the moon that corrupted the ultraviolet wave spectrum in our planetary magnetosphere.
It's no longer in
The
operation.
impact of several technologies used from this Archon base seem to have been recently neutralized in some of their effects.
That's why they can't
Like
do what they
7D
do
reversal technologies that allowed for having operable hibernation zones, used in phantom areas as ambush pockets, to get into the Earth field quickly though parallel doorways.
And this is one reason why you won't catch me arguing with anybody, right? This is one main reason
and
why
feed since
you won't catch me arguing
Saturn
with
is referred to
anybody,
as Black
because
Star in ancient.
it's not up to me to want to advance your way of thinking. It's not up to me for you to open your mind, right? A lot of people run around trying to get other people to open their mind, right? That's what a lot of people run around trying to get other people to open their mind, and then they get trapped in trying to get someone else to understand what they already understand. I already got caught up in that game before, right? Where I sit there and try to get other people to try to see what it is that I see. Guess what? They don't want to see it, okay? Come to the realization that they don't want to see it. You don't have to force this knowledge on nobody, right? Those who will, and those who won't. And the best thing you can tell yourself is, one, everything is not for everybody, and two, everybody's not going to make it, okay? So if you're on this journey and you're learning, right, these are the two things that you need to carry with you. One, everything ain't for everybody, and two, everybody's not going to make it, okay? I had a hard time accepting that everybody's not going to make it. You know, I had a hard time accepting that. It's not saying that everybody's not going to make it. It's just saying that in this time, right, everybody's not going to make it. They have the time according to their inner clock of when their time is to make it. It might not be their time to make it right now, right? So they are still going to operate in that low vibration because it's not their time to ascend yet, right? Everybody has their own timeline according to their vessel to ascend. I picked this marker for myself. You pick the marker for yourself. You don't remember when that marker is or what timeline that's going to take place in. You might be reincarnated down here a couple of times before you don't know. You wrote out a pattern for yourself many eons ago when we created man in our image. You wrote out a pattern and you told yourself at this point, this is when you're going to ascend. After you go through riches, after you go through this, after you go through that, you wanted to go through all of these things, experience all of these things so you can ascend, right? But you went through all of this other stuff so you can have a greater notion of the ascension. So everybody's not going to ascend in this time right here in the Aquarius sky. It's only those who already wrote this contract out for themselves. This is where deja vu comes in, right? This is where you say, you feel like you know me already. You feel like we had this conversation already. You feel like I talked to you before. I've been doing this shit since doing this shit was doing this shit. So when you was in another vessel, in another timeline, I was doing exactly what I'm doing right now. That's why I'm so familiar to a lot of you people, because it's in your life water that you remember me. You don't remember my physical appearance. You don't remember my physical vessel, but you remember something about him that's familiar. It's something about him that's I done had people come up and feel like they can tell me their deepest secret. I be in Walmart standing somewhere and somebody would just come up and, man, I feel like I could talk to you. I feel like I could tell you anything. Because we did this shit already. Ain't nothing new under the sun. The enemy knows who I am. They recognize me immediately when they hear my voice. Some of them run at the sound of my voice as soon as I get to talking. They get the fuck up out of there. Look at the Discord. As soon as I get to talking in the Discord, what happens? Certain people leave the fuck up out of there. Why you think when I go over to Maggie's panel, why you think all them demons shut the hell up when I go over there? You ain't never seen nobody go over to Maggie's panel and control that shit the way I control that shit. When I go over on that panel, them demons shut the hell up. Do they not? One's in the chat. Tell the truth. Do they not? 5 times I went up on her panel, and 5 times I controlled the hell out of her panel. You don't see them coming over here in the light, do you? They sent powwow over here. What'd he do? He took off running. As soon as I showed my face, he took off running. Never to be seen again. You get what I'm saying? They know who I am. Well, the energy that is of me, not me not in this body, but they know who I am. They might not give credit to who I am because they've been doing the same thing. The embodiment of Set, they've been destroying the embodiments of Osiris. So everybody that's down here, that's Osiris, that's a child of Osiris, yes, you're a light being. And the Set, the Canaanites, they've been fucking us up, you know? If you look at Canaanite and Abel, you can say we're the able ones, we're the humble ones. And they're the Canaanites, they're the carnal ones. They keep on trying to destroy us, but they can't fuck with us in the Aquarius sky. You see, anything that they send my way, it comes back to them tenfold. What happened to big homie CC? That nigga Ralph, that nigga named Ralph, blah, blah, blah. Look what happened to him. Shit started falling. Oh yeah, shit look good. Your numbers look good. People are interested in what you got to say, but you know you're going to jail. Look at Jaguar Wright. She can sit there and try to make it seem like her life is good. She can sit there and make it seem like she's not worried, but she knows she's going to jail. Subpoenas just went out. Them subpoenas just went out. That means they are subpoenaed to go to court. They got to show up. They got to show up or a warrant will be issued for their arrest. You going to jail. You going to jail, Jaguar. And I can't wait. I want to see the look on the face. You see what this say right here? What do that say right there? It says Trumps. Don't that say Trumps? Oh yeah, we about to find out. They're getting real. It's getting real out here. And they all scurry. Don't start running now. Don't start running now. Somebody really holding the light of Lyran down here, and y'all know it. Y'all know who got the light of Lyran down here. Y'all about to find out who really got that light of Lyran. Y'all about to find out. Don't worry about it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then maybe you should ask the person that sent you after me. Whoever sent y'all after me, whoever told y'all to try to take down my panel, maybe you need to ask them some more questions of why are they so worried about me. But you can't, because it's an order, right? You just got to do what the fuck is told, don't you? Don't you? Well, keep doing it. Keep doing it. I love it. I love it. I like the more y'all come after me, the more I get to watch y'all drop like flies. Yeah, like a little bug zapper lamp. Every time y'all get close, that shit's like zap, and one of y'all fall the fuck over. It's a beautiful thing. Keep on sending. I told you, there may be bugs on the rest of you mugs, but it ain't no bugs on me. Bring it.
Satanism is based on the manipulation of energy and consciousness through mind control, deception, and is many times ritual-based SRA. These deeply sick rituals, such as blood sacrifice in war and killing, create an energy field, a vibrational frequency, which connects the consciousness of the participants to the NAA group, i.e. reptilians, and other consciousness energies in the lower fourth dimension. The archons on the Saturn base transmit AI that contain satanic belief systems to propagate these distortions on the Earth.
Yeah,
This dimensional field, also known as the lower astral to many people, which resonates to the frequency of low vibrational emotions like fear, guilt, shame, hatred, and so on. When a SRA ritual focuses these emotions, as Satanism does, a powerful connection is made with the lower fourth dimension, the NAA, fallen angelics, or reptilians. These are some of the demons which these rituals have been designed to summon and feed since the NAA invasion occurred.
And you're watching them feed these different low vibrational entities, and that's what I've been telling you guys about. Some people are feeding the houses of ego that lives inside their body. Now, in these houses of ego, you're going to find gluttony demons. You're going to find jealous demons. You're going to find revenge demons. You're going to find, all these lower vibrational demons live in the house of ego, and different people feed these energies inside of them. They might tell you that they're not, but they are surely feeding gluttony, lust, greed, anger, hate, all of this stuff, pain. They're feeding this stuff. They're not letting go of certain bondage. They're not letting go of certain trials and tribulations on their life, right? They're not, trying to forgive. They're not trying to move past something. Half of these people are stuck in a certain timeline. Look at Jaguar Wright. She is stuck in a neo-soul timeline. 11:11 on the clock. Let's take a moment real quick to think positive thoughts for the things that we are thinking will come true to reality. Positively, we need Jaguar Wright to get locked up. Positively. 11:11 on the clock. I need everybody to think about Jaguar Wright getting locked up so we can clean up the social media atmosphere and make it a safer place for our children. So now that there's 11:11 on the clock, let's all think about Jaguar Wright getting locked up just for this 1 second. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Yes, it is written, so shall it be. Yeah, it's written in our mind, so shall it be. Lock that in, universe. Lock it in, universe. It's the Sabbath too. Lock that in for us, universe. We need that locked in there. We operating on pure intention, and we purely need her out the way. Lock that in, universe. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Get her up out of here. Get her up out of here. Get her up out of here. Get on up out of here. All right. It's written. You know, God don't write on books. God write on mankind. So you gotta, train your thought, which is your dubla oblongata. That's your thinking place. That's where God dwells. God, the dubla oblongata is known as the mouth of God. So when you control your thoughts, when you control the way of thinking, you are controlling that of which is the mouth of God. Yeah. So a man thinketh, so shall it be. So I need all of y'all to think. Jaguar right is locked up, so shall it be. All we got to do is think that shit. That's it. We ain't got to make no phone calls. All we got to do is think that shit. And so shall it be.
Enoch in his gospel suggests that this kingdom of ruling Aryans, proud, arrogant and cruel, were stockpiling weapons of immense sophistication and power for conflagration. The Satan's forces, or Saturnians as referred to in the Ethiopic Book of Enoch, were fomenting rebellion and conflagration. Amongst them, the subterranean necromancers who created abominable things led by the group of fallen angelics such as Azazel, Samael. Sea Watchers. The war between the false gods of Eden and the powers lasted 13 years, it is said, and Greek myth shows Athene dragging off the shape-changing giants. The Titans, i.e. Nephilim, were defeated finally when two great meteorites struck the Atlantean kingdom of Thule, reversing climate and ocean and the continental plates. That place now known as Scotland, the epicenter Scotland's Western Isles at Staffa, near to where the evil capital was said to be. The leader of the Satans was imprisoned underground, though the evil machinations of the dark cabaret. Sorcerers that practiced later in Denmark and founded the very early practices.
See now, what they're not going to tell you, about the real King James. They'll tell you about a false King James that, used to fornicate with his cousins or whatever the fuck they tell you about this false King James that used. They'll tell you about the false King James, but they won't tell you about the real King James, a black man who ruled 3 different continents at the same time during the Dark Ages, right? You got to remember, there was a time that white did not exist. You can ask Google, you can ask your phone right now. They'll tell you, like, past the 1600s, white didn't exist, right? It wasn't until, 1680, something like that, that they came out the Caucasus Mountains. Y'all don't want to talk about that? Jacob talks about it. Jacob said he separated the flock, right? Y'all don't want to talk about it? Okay, don't worry. We'll skip over it. We don't got to talk about it. No, we don't got to talk about it. No. Don't got to talk about it.
The reversal father is the anti-life male collective consciousness of the Luciferians, whose accumulated collective consciousness is harvested by the NAA to gain energetic power from the Earth grid and from humanity, by hijacking and raping the male.
You can't get me to beef with the white man. You can't get me to beef with the white man because I know that when all of this shit started, the white man wasn't here to start the shit. So it had to start somewhere. So you motherfuckers want to keep on trying to say it's the YT people. It's not the YT people. We need to stop lying, right? It's not. This shit took place way before they got here. It's between the masculine and the feminine energy of the vessel. As soon as you master these energies inside your vessel, you too will get the knowledge that the fight never was outside of you, but inside of you. But as long as you keep on trying to blame something outside of you for a fight that's going on inside of you, you'll never get to your Akashic records. Your Kundalini energy will not rise in your body, and you won't know shit. But it's okay, because we're in a time of knowing. So all of y'all about to get a little bit of knowledge, whether you want it or not. This April, you're going to have to know some shit.
Male and father principle energies. The interdimensional alien Anunnaki gods, Enki, Enlil, Thoth, and Yahweh and Jehovah from Saturn, have primarily used the reversal father principle of Luciferianism to establish the world religions on the earth, using patriarchal domination rhetoric.
Wait a minute. Did they say Yahweh and Jehovah from Saturn? Wait. That would mean that they are Satanisms or Saturn worshipers. Oh, Jay is not even a whoa. They don't love you like I love you. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. So it's telling you that these are false names. They are false God. Go get the Bible Concord right now and look up Bear Jesus. Go look up Bear Jesus. Bear Jesus is a false Christ, right? You had the Christ, and then you had the Christ that they put in the biblical text, which is a false Christ. It's based off a martyrdom system. So nobody else would do it again. That's what they keep on repeating, right? Why you think they say Martin Luther had a dream? Well, you heard what happened to the last person that had a dream, right? You heard what happened to the last man that tried to teach people, right? What happened to the last guy that tried to teach people? Oh, they put his ass on a cross, right? Put a thorn on his, a crown of thorns on his head in representation of the sun god and mocked him. Everything that he taught them, they used a physical way to mock everything that he taught them. Oh, you're getting knowledge from the universe? Oh, the sun is giving you downloads? Here you go. Here's a crown. Since you're the sun god, here's a thorn crown. Right? Everything that they did was in mockery of him. If you read the Bible, it actually tells you that Christ was hung from a tree. The story of the cross is something that takes place inside of our vessel to this day. Let me break it down to you. The nails in the feet are the separation from Mother Earth. That's why you wear sneakers. The nails that's in the hand is a separation from the unity that we're supposed to have as people. The stab to the kidneys is what you do every day when you break your fast and eat food, right? That's the stab to the kidneys. So actually, when you think about it, all of y'all are being crucified every day. And the fact that he was on the middle cross is a representation of the knowledge and the wisdom that they take from you. And it's a representation of your pineal. So now the two eyes that are on the side gets to live, and the singular eye that is known as your pineal is gone. Christ died on Calvary. Calvary is a place on the brain. If you look up the Greek word for crucify, the Greek word for crucify actually meant to multiply tenfold. So the real meaning of Christ is him multiplying in a certain part of the brain. But they gave you a false story of it. And now you think to crucify means to unalive. You mean in a time where there wasn't an unalive process, somebody told you about unaliving? How is that possible? There wasn't no unaliving process then. It was reincarnation. So how, in a time that the unaliving process didn't exist, how are they telling you about a story of unaliving? It's impossible. But okay. We're all here together. We're all here together. Be cautious of your consciousness, okay? Be cautious of your consciousness. When people say Satan, they're talking about mother. And when people say Lucifer, they're talking about father, right? So some people are worshipers of Satan And then some people are worshipers are Lucifer. These are the mother and father gods of whatever you want to call it. This is the tale of two sides. This is the Baphomet. One of them is satanic, which is a ritual, a Baal ritual, and one of them is Lucifer. Lucifer is a representation of the serpent or the snake, brotherhood of the snakes. These are the Enki and Enlils, right? So one of them think that through their semen, God is going to come in through their semen, and they got to, spread their semen everywhere. You're watching this take place to this day. You're watching it. You want to keep on acting like you don't see it? Okay. Let's get into it.
The reversal mother is
Y'all
the
let me know if
anti-life
this is too
hatred for the
much. Y'all let me
Godhead that
know, 'cause
exists in
I
the
go deep
anti-female
into this
collective
shit.
consciousness of the
Y'all let me
Satanics.
know when it's too much.
The interdimensional aliens in the
I'm back
Orion
away.
group, such as the Black Sun Dragon
Talk
Moth,
about
have
something
primarily
carnal.
used the reversal mother principle of Satanism to spread their war and blood sacrifice ideology on the earth. Those ideologies that endorse religious wars, genocide, eugenics, pedophilia, killing for God as a blood sacrifice, are specifically generated by the satanic collectives. They have accumulated the collective consciousness grids of the earth to be programmed with alien machinery running AI software for mind control, and that siphons energy off the planet to fuel other timelines and phantom realities. The planetary grid network is harvested by the NAA to gain energetic power from the dark matter of the Earth grid, by hijacking and raping the vital essence of the female and mother principle energies. Thus, in order to gain full access to siphon the planetary consciousness energies, as well as the human soul energies, they have set up global misogyny and sexual misery programs, like He war over free energy is intrinsic to the war over the consciousness of the Earth people.
Boom, you hear that?
These entropic systems have been put in place.
You hear that? It said the war over free energy is a war over consciousness, right? So that means free energy is coming from the conscious of people, right? That means the more knowledge that you put in your vessel, the more you cram knowledge in your vessel, get your Ezekiel wheels turning, the more energy your body pumps off, right? Now they put these collectors in the air that collects the energy that's coming off of people, and then they sell you back that energy as electricity. Do you get it? They are accumulating the energy that's coming from people, transferring it into electricity, and then selling you back the energy that's already you. Man, I'm gonna need people to open their eyes so they can know what world we living in. Good, for entertainment purposes only, allegedly, supposedly, YouTube and TikTok. Okay.
Placed by the controller pillars of society, in order to continue to enforce the hijack of the aspects of the female principle consciousness in all of its permutations. The female principle can be extracted of its animating properties and core essence that animates creation in matter, which is called the ether or Azoth. As a result, the fallen goddess consciousness ether is used in anti-sex rituals to animate sentient beings in the satanic hierarchy. Further, this is enmeshed with the creation of the Baphomet and Leviathan fields used by the Satanics to infiltrate the 2D Grail gates. The access to manipulate and siphon the creational and sexual forces of the earth and humanity, as well as carry out massive blood sacrifice genocidal wars, has allowed satanic forces to carry out their enslavement agenda while remaining hidden from the masses. 2. Reversal father equals Luciferian. The reversal father is the anti-life male collective consciousness of the Luciferians, whose accumulated collective consciousness is harvested by the NAA to gain energetic power from the earth grid and from humanity, by hijacking and raping the male and father principle energies. The interdimensional alien Anunnaki gods, Enki, Enlil, Thoth, and Yahweh and Jehovah from Saturn, have primarily used the reversal father principle of Luciferianism to establish the world religions on the earth, using patriarchal domination rhetoric to serve the false light, and the bi-wave consciousness, so they could gain full control over humans and exert themselves as the gods. Through the energetic enslavement of the seraphim consciousness, the fallen angelics were bound to play out the program of the Luciferian rebellion as the sons of Belial. And so they played their part as dictated by the planetary grid structures. This was further capitalized on by off-planet Luciferian sources such as the Anunnaki, who understood what was happening, and many of these negative alien groups, such as those from Moloch, joined forces. Luciferianism is a collective consciousness force field, and any kind of entity can embody the Antichrist through the false white light of the false father, and become an embodied Luciferian. A satanic must evolve into Luciferianism in order to have rights to continue to progress, and many refuse to do so, unless they are absolutely left with no alternative. A person can embody left path Satanism and right path Luciferianism, and express both male-female reversals simultaneously.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? It says a person can embody left path Satanism and right path Luciferianism. That means it's one of two paths. That's the same thing that goes for the opposite of it, right? This is called your left path Sophia, and your right path, which is Christos, or Christ-like consciousness, right? So the same path that these lower vibrations take, you can take on a higher vibrational journey, which is the Sophic and Christ energy of the vessel. This is why one must be equally yoked. You're either going to be equally yoked in a Lucifer Satanic, or you're going to be equally yoked in a Sophia Christos, right? You can't be equally yoked in a Satanic and Christos. You can't be of Christ and be of the Antichrist and call yourself equally yoked, right? This is what equally yoked means. And then it also goes on to say that a satanic must evolve into Luciferianism. This is where the Jay-Z's and the P. Diddy's come in at, right? This is where Lucifer is going down, but Lucifer is being taken down by the satanic group. The satanic group is what? The women, the Zoharts, the Ephahs, right? The Eastern witches. These are the women of this group, right? And they are mad at the men, the Luciferianisms, right? So they're trying to use us to fight off the group that they're going up against, so they can become the leaders of this shit. So instead of worshiping Lucifer, we just gonna worship Satan, which is two evils, basically. And you're watching Jaguar Wright push this narrative. She's coming after all the masculine energies that are a part of this, which is the Luciferian, that's why I say the fight is on the inside of her, because she's fighting these two energies on the inside of her, satanic and Luciferian energy inside of her. She's attacking or creating levels of attack for Luciferian personas outside of her. So she's exposing all of the Luciferian, energies out there because she's a part of the group. If we look it up, reincarnated souls, right? This is where the Baphomet comes in at. See, this is one side represents satanic, one side represents Lucifer, right? Now, in these sides of representation, you have these symbols. These are the Yahweh-ha, right? That's what this stands for. Yahweh-ha. You might not recognize these symbols. You might not recognize this stuff. But down here, this is literally the USA. This is, you see the sun, the male, the red king, right? The moon, the female, the white queen, right? This is what this represents. These are the three pillars of servitude, application, the pillars of unity, pillars of Mercury, right? These are the pillars that you build on, the mind, body, and spirit of the vessel, right? So the mind can be the man, the body, the vessel. The body is the boy, right? So you got the mother, the father, and the son, right? The mind and the spirit comes together to make the body. The body is the boy, right? So you got the mind, which is supposed to be the father, and then you got the spirit, which is supposed to be the mother, and then you got the body that comes together, right? So all of these things, King David, King Solomon, right? Isaac and Rebekah, Abraham and Sarah. These are two of the same people. Isaac and Rebekah is the same as Abraham and Sarah, right? So when you're going into this, it leads back to the Canaanites. It leads back to the Canaanites. Okay? Now, you might not know these symbols, but it's considered Yahweh. Yahweh-ha. It's not Yahweh. Yahweh is a false letter. That W is a false letter. The real one is a V. So it's Yahweh-ha, which is air, earth, water, and fire. And then ether, which is fire, water, also known as Christ-like energy. Now, here it is right here, right? Canaanites, tribe of Dan, right? Now, one side is Baal worshiping. You see that on the screen? One side is Baal worshiping. The other side is human sacrifice. You see that? Human sacrifice on one side, Baal worshiping on the other side, right? When you get over to the human sacrifice side, what are you looking at? You're looking at Moloch. You're looking at the book of Enoch. You're looking at what Hebrews mean. You're looking at what Sodom and Gomorrah mean, biblical history. All of this stuff's coming from the Bible. The Anunnakis, Enki and Enlil, Nephilim, right? All of these are, if you read the Bible or any type of biblical text, this stuff should be ringing a bell to you, right? When you go down, you got the jujitsuites. You got the different groups. Then when you get down here, it tells you Yahweh and Baal is the same as Enki and Enlil. Y'all see that? YHWH is the same as Enki. Baal is the same as Enlil, right? And then it tells you Baal, Moloch, Set, Zeus, Jupiter is all Satan, right? And it tells you storm god, God of war, thunder, sky, sun, El, Ra, Aton, Adam, Apollo. All of these people is the same story. Just repeat it, right? And then let's go into Jesus. Horus, right? Dianus. If you don't know who this is the god of wine. This is who created wine. That's why Jesus created wine, right? This is what it's telling you. It's telling you our history right here. The Great Pyramid of Reincarnated Souls. It's telling you the souls that's been reincarnated. They got to keep a track of this stuff. Look, let's look at Lucifer. Lucifer is all the mother names. Because one represents one, the other one represents the other, the male and the female of the vessel. Now, you get into Ashtar, Isis, Aphrodite, Venus. That's Lucifer, right? Love, sex, sin, fertility, moon, sin, Nana, Eve, right? All of these are a representation of this. They're not going to tell you this. You think they want you to know this stuff? This is why I say when I bring my level of learning to the table, it's different. It's different. Now you got the Druid religion. The Druids was what got killed off during the Christian Crusade. This was Moses's wife's father practiced a Druid religion. If you want to know about the Druid religion, the best thing you can do is go watch Captain Planet. That's the Druid religion, where they believe that they were born to a certain element and those elements come together to create Captain Planet, and they are connected to Earth's consciousness, which is known as Gaia. Gaia is Earth's consciousness. She lets them know what's going on with the planet. They put their elements together, which is known as alchemy, and thus far, you have the creation of Captain Planet. And you know, he's our hero. He's going to take pollution down to the zero. You know what I mean? He's going to do that. All right. But if you look at the things that are, this is the fall of Atlantis right here. This tells you about the fall of Atlantis, right? The Sumerians created a covenant, right? Zechariah's Stitching's translations. If you look up here, it tells you the Sumerian tablet, Zechariah Stitching's translation. Go get the Earth Chronicles by Zechariah Stitchings. Go read that stuff, right? This is where the tablets of thoughts come in, right? The emerald tablets of thought right here. You see the ancient global marines, the great flood. So everything that's above here took place before the flood. After the flood, this is where you get the Venus bloodline. What's wrong with your face? Oh, you got water on your face? Oh, you just got out the shower? Okay. So you got Jesus Christ, right? Son of sacrifice. This is also the abbreviations of Julius Caesar, right? Jesus Christ is the initials of JC, Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar created a false bloodline with Cleopatra. It is the Venus bloodline. It tells you right here. Julius Caesar, 144 BC, Cleopatra, Julius Caesar, Venus bloodline. It goes to Venus, Morning Star, Lucifer, gladiator battles, the bread and circus. That's where we come in, America. We are in this gladiator battle, going through this bread and circus act, right? Now, let's go over to the other side, because you got to look at this. Right here, it tells you the identity thieves, also known as eaters of blood. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's roughly in this area right here. Let me see if I can highlight some stuff. No, I can't highlight nothing. I'm sorry. And my cat is climbing on the damn keyboard. All right, this is where money magic and black magic comes in at, right? This is also the Second Council of Nicaea, 1787. I bet you a lot of y'all don't even know that it was a Second Council of Nicaea. Do y'all? How many people know it was two councils of Nicaea? How many people know that after Constantine put the book together in 325, that he then started taking out all the members of the Council of Nicaea, thus far creating a new Council of Nicaea in 1787? How many of y'all know that there was a Second Council of Nicaea? Not too many people knew that it was a Second Council of Nicaea. Huh? Now think, why wouldn't they want you to know about the Second Council of Nicaea? Right? This is where the, the cahoozers come in at, right? Now, mind you, this is a time before white existed, right? The Dark Ages, rise of the Holy Roman Empire, right? This is the Black Rome, This is black Rome right here. This ain't got shit to do with the Rome that you think you know today. This is black Rome. That's why I say my beef ain't with y'all. I fight energies. That's why I keep on telling y'all that. Because my beef not with y'all. I'm after the energies that fucked up this planet. I'm not after mankind. I want the energies that fucked us over. So y'all can stop fighting black, white, indifference. Y'all can stop fighting that. The real fight is not with people. The real fight is with energies. The energies that fucked over this planet. Y'all can keep on trying to fight each other if y'all want to. Y'all wasting y'all time. Y'all wasting y'all time fighting each other. I want the energies that fucked us over. That's what I want. I want the energies that fucked us over. And just as well as I recognize them, I know they recognize me. I know they recognize me. But I'm on y'all ass. I don't give a fuck what vessel you hide in. I'm on y'all ass. You could jump from vessel to vessel. I'm on your ass. Straight like that. I don't give a fuck what body you hiding in. I'm on your ass.
You know, lately, a nigga been fighting a whole lot of demons. A lot of shit we do gonna have consequences. We gotta be ready for it.
And I want my bike back.
Shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the game. Paid him right. I was young and the rest of the money, my hunger for paper to save my life. And I should say, if you wanna leave shit, we can get rich, we can get paid tonight. Everybody but don't wanna go down, down, down. One ladies you kill the nigga, you don't know it. You gon' go to heaven. Fight my demon, fight my demon. So me against these demons. Get these demons.
Fight my demons, fight my demons. It's me against these demons. So many demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons. No code. My niggas follow me like the Pope. Legally militant. Don't give a fuck about bystander. Highlander. Don't take no slander. Don't take no slander. Talk to him. Everybody want the money, but don't want to go down, down, down. Huh? 187.
You killed the nigga, you don't know it. You gon' go to heaven.
Gotta talk that shit over, God, real talk. Hey.
Fight my demons, fight my demons.
So many demons.
Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons, fight my demons.
Fighting my.
It's me against these demons. These demons. Living life.
Y'all know what it is. If nobody told you that they love you today, let me be the first but not the last, but tell you that I love you, right? One's image of oneself should be greater than reality. Don't let nobody tell you you're not great, right? And if all else fails, be your own best friend, because that's all you really got in this world is yourself. Remember, he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. And I'm in the world, but I'm not of this world. Okay? So even though you might know me in this world, just remember I'm not of this world. We are all greater than what we appear to be. And anybody want to join the Discord, there go to Discord right there. You know that's where we're going to be at, right? We got to protect the collective that is gathering around us. So we kick it in the Discord most of the time and just laugh at the bullshit that's going on in the world, because we know we're not going to be able to save everybody. All right. And everybody's not going to make it. Okay. So you take the proper spiritual discernment for yourself, put yourself around the people that is gathering to you or moving in your same frequency. Okay. They have to be on the same frequency with you, right? Because this is the time of lot. We are casting our lot, right? So if you cast your lot with somebody, that's saying that their energy sits right with you, right? And we got to do this because there's going to be a time where this is going to be locked in. It comes from that you made your bed, now lie in it type of shit, right? So we are making our bed. We are casting our seeds, right? Now you got to be careful where you cast your seed, because all soil ain't good soil, okay? So wherever you did, listen, cast your lot with the right people. Cast your lot. We about to have to go through 7 years of some bullshit. Make sure you around the right people. That's all I'm saying, okay? Things is about to change. When it says that we will go through a dark time, it wasn't talking about lights out. No, it's talking about on the inside of people. Some people are dark on the inside. And we got to watch this play out on the world scale, right? So these dark entities, we got to watch them, play out whatever verse they're playing out. Thus far, Jaguar Wright and Natanya Rubin labeling themselves as gods and think that we're human, so they're allowed to do whatever they want to us because they're gods, right? They are satanic beings, right? Who think that they are gods and man is not God because man can't create. So they think as women, they are gods, and because man can't create, man is not a god. So they're going up against all masculine energy. Pay attention. Open your eyes. Okay? Shit is stranger than fiction. Open your eyes. All right? For entertainment purposes only. You guys have a great day and hope to see you later on if we do decide to do a live later on. Once again, I will have to talk to the Discord and see what they decide. I had a great time teaching. Hope you learned something. Hope you had a great time. Love is love. Namaste. Ashe. Salutations. And continue being great with inside yourself and allow that greatness to reflect on the outside of you with your actions, your words, your thoughts, and your merits. Love is love.